Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. We're out here at Furman University to take a look at Climo discs. If you haven't seen these somehow, these are discs made by Ken Climo for his own brand in partnership with Discraft. In this set you get 3 different molds, a putter, a mid, and a distance driver, and obviously they're kind of made after a lot of Innova's popular molds, which makes sense considering how long he was throwing them. First one we got is the Prototype Champ. These are pretty straight, glidey putters from what I understand, but they do have a pretty pronounced bead, have a pretty good amount of depth in them, so I think these are going to have a little bit more stability, but are going to have really good glide. At least that's what I've heard. They have really good glide. Then for the mid-range, I forgot what the name of this one was, but this one is basically supposed to be like a Rock 3. It's a beaded mid-range. I heard Climo compare this to like a torque-resistant wind fighter, something like that, so that's going to be nice to have in these windy conditions. Then for the last one, we got a distance driver. These are the Skyway 11.4 -1.3. These are supposed to be basically your wraiths, and I heard Climo describe these as like straight to slightly overstable for a lot of people, and then a lot of people with bigger arms will get some turn out of it, so sounds about it like a wraith. But the thing I did find pretty interesting hearing Climo talk about these discs is the fact that they're not using Discraft plastics, at least like they're not making these out of ESP specifically. They're using different blends of plastics for these, so these aren't your regular Discraft plastics, and you can tell, like, the putter has kind of like a waxy feel. It's hard to really tell how the plastic feels at this moment because it's also like 20 degrees right now, so everything's rock solid, but the putter one's like your classic putter plastic, nothing crazy there, but these two have a really nice plastic, pretty grippy, and normally they have a little bit of give to them, but like I said, 20 degrees, so no give today, but I'm really looking forward to trying these out. Obviously, anytime you can support a legend like Ken Climo, I'm happy to do it, and from what it sounds like, he's planning on doing a lot of big stuff with this line, so really looking forward to seeing what he's able to do with that, but let's go and get around and see how his discs fly. All right, guys, so for hole 1, we've got a par 4, 330 feet, something like that. The pars are a little weird out here. I think the next 2 holes are par 4s when they really should be par 3s, but I'm just going to stick with whatever the course says, so I don't have to go on UDisc and change all that stuff. But yeah, the basket's just straight ahead. It might be a little hard to see on camera, but I'm going to throw all 3 of them, mainly just to get warmed up, but also to kind of give a quick example of what all of them fly like. Go up in speed, so starting with the putter. Yeah, I like that a lot. Has a good amount of glide, but has a reliable finish to it. Next, the mid-range. Ooh, I think I ripped that over in a little bit of Annie, but you can see it came back. Not quite as overstable as I was thinking it would be, but we also have a little bit of a right to left wind, so that might have just kind of held it over, but I like that a lot. And then for the driver. Ooh. That turned a lot more than I thought it would. Wow, okay. I don't really feel that wind that much, but maybe it's stronger down there. That's interesting. Maybe I do have a big arm. Okay, so the mid-range guy's the closest, so I'm gonna go with it, but from now on I'll probably just go with whichever one I throw first as my main shot. But go ahead and get up and down for birdie. Oh, that's so nice. As you can see, like, I didn't throw that near as hard as I did off the tee, but it had almost the exact same flight. It just pushed nice and straight, had a gentle fade at the end. All right, guys, so for hole 2, this one's a par 4, I think like 350-ish feet. It's almost in line with us in the second telephone pole you can see, so on the first shot, you just want to throw something out to the left and then give yourself an easy approach shot to the green. I'm going to go with the driver as my main shot, but I do want to throw the mid-range again, just so that way we can actually see how it flies. Wow, okay. I thought maybe that was just a fluke, but no, that thing's actually kind of flippy. All right, now for the mid. There we go. Yeah, that's what I expected the first time. All right, now for the one test I'm sure everybody wanted to see. How well can you use these as a cut roller? Not bad. Ooh, nice. All right, guys, hole 3. Got a par 4, 325 feet. Basket's down this way, tucked off to the right. I think going with the Skyway is going to be a good play. Just throw it flat, let it drift off to the right like it's been doing. Because the other two, I would have to put on some anhydrous to get them to move right. And that's just going to bring the stuff on the right into play more than anything else. So we'll try this. Woo! A little too close for comfort. Even with that slipping out, it still went pretty straight. But it should be pin high. There we go. Alright guys, so for hole 4, we got a par 3, about 210 feet, something like that. You can see it just straight ahead. We have a little bit of a headwind, so I think I'm going to go with the mid-range, but I also want to throw the putter just to see if I can get it there. Come on, be stable. Thank you. That's so weird, because like it feels like at the beginning of the flight, it wants to flip and it wants to ride right, but as soon as it starts to slow down, it dumps pretty hard. All right, let's see if I can get the putter there. If I threw it at the basket, I would have made it there. Yeah. There we go. All right, guys, so for hole 5, we got a par 3, 160 feet. You see the basket right there? I actually cut all the stuff down. There used to be like a big wall of tiny trees between us and the basket, and you couldn't even see it from here, but it's a wide open shot now, which is really nice. But we are throwing across the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which I doubt there's going to be anybody on the trail, but I want to make sure before I start throwing. Yeah, we're good. Get through. Oh yeah. There we go. All right, guys, so for hole 6, we got a par 4, probably about 350-ish feet. Basket's basically straight ahead through this gap. Tuck slightly off to the right, I guess. But more consistent place to throw something way out to the left and then give yourself like a 150-foot approach shot into the green. So I'm going to do that play with the mid-range as my main shot, and then we'll try and go up the middle with the distance driver. There's the stability. Ooh. Oh, get through. Ah, that should show you that that thing is not near as stable, because that was a slow run up. I slipped, and it's still, you can see it flipped to flat. Like that thing is not anywhere near as stable as most rates. That looks so short. All right, guys, so for hole 7, we got a par 3, like 190-ish feet. You see the basket straight ahead. Really do whatever you want to on this hole, but I'm gonna go with the putter out to the right. I think you need to put on some hyzer. Yeah, I'll put on just a touch of hyzer. Just try not to go too far past the basket, if anything. Get down, get down. Ooh. Okay, I think that's still inside the circle. I'm really liking that thing as a putting putter. Okay, so typically for hole 8, it's like near the path down here on the left, you can kind of see, and it's like a little like 200-foot weird touchy shot. You got to throw over some trees, but like I said, it's only like 200 feet. But I want to get some more reps in with the distance driver, so we might as well throw to the basket. I think you can see it on camera, but maybe not. But I would assume this is probably like 550 to 600 feet. So we got a tailwind. I want to hit this hard and just see what it does. I haven't really got a chance to give it a full flight. Oh yeah, nice. Still not as stable as I would think. Even in that tailwind, like it just kind of pushed straight. I did throw it a little bit lower than I meant to, but yeah, I'm trying to decide what flight numbers I would give it. Maybe like a -1.2 instead of a -1.3. Ah, dang it. Need it higher. Go, run. Okay, I think it's close enough to make the putt. Alright guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This one is a par 5, almost like 550 feet. I can see the basket from right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it's literally just straight ahead. Main thing that's annoying about this hole are these trees on the left. If you get behind them, you're basically screwed. But if I can get this out there and to the right, I'm gonna have a pretty good chance of getting up and down for an eagle. But I'm going with the driver. I think I'm gonna throw it flat, just and hopefully coast to the right. I'm trying not to let that last shot affect my selection for this hole because I'm pretty sure that was into a tailwind, but let's see. Yep. Dang it. I told myself to trust it, let it turn, but no. Okay, luckily we're not that far into the woods, but I went the mid-range. I did forget to mention the path on the left side of the fairway is out of bounds. So I guess I'll go with the driver again, and we'll just have to actually trust it this time and know that as long as I commit to the shot, it'll turn. Get through there. Woo. Oh yeah. Ah, dang. I think that's encircled too, though. Get there. Oh, dang it. All right, guys, that finished up our round out here with Climo discs. Gotta say, I'm really happy with how these discs turned out. I was worried these discs were gonna be really overstable and just not be something that a lot of people can use, but I mean, the most overstable disc really was like the putter. So I'm glad these turned out the way they did because I think a lot more people can use these than I initially expected. But talk about them specifically in the order we talked about at the beginning. The putter, this thing is really nice. Like I said, it's probably the most consistently overstable out of the three, but it has a great amount of glide, great hand feel. It reminds me a lot of my Waymakers, except it's a little bit less stable. And so like, if in the hand, it feels really great and like felt great putting because it, like I said, it feels almost exactly like my putting putter. So definitely would recommend this. Especially, I want to try these out in some premium plastic. These things would be sick as premium plastic. But then for the mid range, these are a little bit interesting because they do flip a little bit more than I was expecting, but have a nice finish at the end. So I would say maybe these are more similar to like a -1.2, something like that. Like you could expect a little bit of turn if you throw these hard, but they're going to give you a consistent fade. Oh, and for the putter, I would say this one's like a 0.1, maybe a 0.2. And finally, for the distance driver, this one I like a lot. This one actually might make the bag. I'm looking for some stuff like this, but definitely a lot more understable than I was expecting, especially with these flight numbers of like a Wraith, where I would say the real flight numbers for me would be like a -2.2. You can expect to get some turn out of it if you throw it hard, but it seems like it always wants to come back near the end. But it's not going to be like a Wraith where like it'll turn a little bit and then cut back really hard. It's going to turn for a while and it's going to fade for a while. It's pretty equal in the amount of turn and fade you get out of it. Yeah, guys, like I said, really happy with how these discs turned out. If y'all have any other discs you want me to try out, any other discs you want me to review, please let me know. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one. Bye.